Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Space. So in today's video we are going to cover Pepe, its recent price action. On the top of that we are going to cover bread, and we are going to cover a couple of interesting charts for altcoins and BTC as well. So that is going to be a packed information video. Guys, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video is not financial advice. And now let's hop into Pepe itself. So that is a 4-hourly time frame, and unfortunately after such a huge pump and rally for Pepe, we are seeing correction probably, and the question is where we are going to stop, right? So most likely the next level of support, well, temporary support, is, well, I would say probably that level, which is basically, well, we are almost touching that level already, right? And the next level of support would be, just in case if we are going to break the first one, is going to be that over here at 13390 level. So the first would be another dip of, let's say, 2%, whatever. 2% is not that big of a deal, and the next one will be around 11%. So that could potentially happen. And why do I think that way? Well, first of all, in 2-hourly time frame, it looks like we are soon going to, let's say, bounce. However, on a 4-hourly time frame, guys, let me actually refresh it. We are actually, in that oversold territory for Pepe, and technically we could bounce, on a daily towards the upside for Pepe. Now let's actually have a look at the daily time frame. So as you guys can see on the daily time frame, this is something that I was mentioning in the previous videos. Pepe is in that overbought dangerous zone pretty much, right? And now one of you guys mentioned that I should actually take my profits already, because Pepe already reached that level, well, roughly my first taken profit level. So I might actually do it. I still didn't do it yet because, well, on this occasion I am greedy. However, if I'm going to lose money, you guys are going to pretty much be notified, however, I am going to allow myself to keep that spot position holding on. And why am I telling you that, right? And that's because people are accumulating Pepe like crazy. So let's have a look. On the 27, guys, we're sitting at 233,280 holders, and as of today, as of the time of recording this video, we are sitting at 234k 440 holders, which gives us a difference of 1,160 new holders in the last 2 days. So people are accumulating Pepe like crazy, and well, the market cap is actually quite big for Pepe, but as I was mentioning in the previous updates, I do believe that Pepe is pretty much Dogecoin of this season. And now, would I say that 10x from here is possible? Well, that would put Pepe at roughly, let's say, 60 billion USD market cap, and well, in a world of crypto, obviously that is possible. 20x I would say is probably pushing. That will be around 120 billion USD for the green frog, which I'm not saying is not possible, but that will be pushing, right? However, I would probably get out of Pepe around 10, perhaps 15 billion USD, but we are going to see and monitor on a daily. I'm not making any decision at the moment. But anyways, guys, let's actually have a look at overall market before we are actually going to cover bread, right? So the daily winner, or actually one of the daily winners, is Celestia TIA, up 12.7%. Then we've got Shiba Inu 9.9, and we've got a couple of different ones. And unfortunately, our beloved green frog is down on a daily, but that's something that you saw. But anyways, guys, let's actually cover bread, all right? So our beloved bread. So when I got into bread, that was actually a while ago, right? So let me actually switch it to the smaller time frame, and maybe 4-hourly time frame. And well, we had this bull flag obviously a while ago, that was on 15th of May, and I got into bread in that zone. So well, I have already did around, let's say, 2x, I think. Yes, 97%. So I already, print some gains. And now if it comes to bread, guys, on the 4-hourly time frame, it looks like bread is going to experience that, bearish cross. So we might potentially gonna pull back on a daily time frame. And now actually, sorry, 4-hourly time frame. And now if it comes to daily, guys, we don't really have a lot of data in terms of RSI. We are, well, pretty much all the time in that overbought territory, because bread is obviously, a new project, right? Well, definitely much newer rather than Pepe. And now for those of you that are saying that meme coins are crap and all of that, well, I do agree. Obviously they don't have a use case, but it doesn't really matter what does have a use case. We do have to remember that crypto market is driven by marketing and pretty much, you know, fundamentals, right? And the best fundamentals, one of the best fundamentals we do have in meme coins. So of course, guys, I'm not saying that you should, you know, put all of your money into Pepe or whatever different meme coin, but meme coins could be potentially a good way to earn some profits and put it into safer investments such as Caspa, and that is my plan basically. But anyways, guys, I digressed a lot. So as of yesterday, 28th of May, we are sitting at 45 million USD of positive inflows. Well, obviously that's not great, but definitely better than zero, right? But now let's have a look at some charts. So first of all, shout out to Mr. L Crypto Prof, and that is a total crypto market cap that is excluding Bitcoin on a weekly chart. Altcoins are about to go parabolic. Some of us have been waiting for this moment for several years, and now probably the most exciting part of the whole cycle is upon us. 2016 and 2020 look no different to 2024. So guys, this guy is correct. Let's have a look first of all at 2016. So once we got off that accumulation, then obviously we had the pullback, etc., and the boredom, and after that, you know, you saw that spike for altcoins. Just like in 2020, once we got out of that accumulation zone, then we had a huge spike towards the upside. So 2024, well, let's say end of 2021 and 2024, right now we are in that zone where we can expect those explosive gains for our alts. And now shout out to Trader Grade. That is a weekly chart for BTC. Bitcoin is copying the previous moves. It retested the trend line and it's sending higher parabolically. And now guys, if you are going to look at time between 2013 and 2018 and compare price action to the current one from 2020 to 2025, that is pretty much no brainer. These price actions are very, very similar for a BTC. So what does it mean? We could technically see a huge spike in terms of a BTC's price. And Trader Grade has some huge price predictions, and now I'm not going to tell you that Bitcoin is going to, you know, hit 500k. However, that is definitely possible this cycle. Now guys, let's have a look at what the Scalping Pro has to say. So Bitcoin is loading up for a massive breakout. Since the cycle bottom, price is following a similar pattern. Price consolidates inside a pattern, range and triangle. Price breaks down to trap breakout traders. Price quickly reclaims the pattern, followed by an upside breakout. If you look at the chart below, price has been consolidating for a few months near the all-time high. We already saw a fake out when everyone started calling for 50k or lower. The price has already reclaimed the range, and if the pattern repeats, we might see a massive breakout soon. So guys, this is the chart that I've been covering on the channel for a while, and now ever since we saw the bottom for BTC at 15k800, I believe, then we had the next pump, and then we had the next fake out to pretty much, you know, scare people off, right? And of course flash leverages out. Nevertheless, every single time after fake out, we have experienced a huge pump for BTC, and what comes after that? Of course fake out, right? Flashing leverages again, next pump, and now we've got a fake out, right? So guys, I do believe that this is just a matter of time when Bitcoin is going to see the spike in terms of its price. But let's have a look at the second chart. If it comes to parabolic run for BTC, parabola is still intact. We haven't dipped below that parabola that is actually going right into 2025, and the Scalping Pro also has some crazy targets over here around 500k, so that potentially could happen. However, we do have to remember that we should take profits along the way instead of waiting for that magical 500k, so we don't stay with our bags, you know, for the next run, unless this is your plan, but I wouldn't recommend it. Anyways, altcoins, let's have a look. It's going to be the biggest altcoin season of all times. So guys, he's basically showing the previous cycle and the pattern that is repeating in this current cycle. So first of all, obviously we do have our accumulation phase, the first breakout, then the first leg up after that breakout, and now basically the sideways price action and boredom, right? However, after that, diamond hands got rewarded and paper hands basically lost money, right? So let's have a look at this current cycle. Obviously we've got our accumulation, then we had the first pump out of that accumulation, and then pull back inside of that, and now we do have that time where we have the big pullback, right? Much more severe than the previous one. However, I do believe that bigger the pullback, bigger the future pump. And now guys, as you can see, we are actually going upwards, right? However, that move isn't going to be, you know, overnight type of a move that is going to lead us to 2025. Nevertheless, he's got some targets of around $4 trillion for this cycle for altcoins. And now guys, let's check check what Titan of Crypto has to say. So I can't imagine not being exposed to alts at the moment. Remember, markets are not only forgiving, sometimes it gives you a second chance if you missed the first one. Not a time to be lazy in this market. The year as alt season has started. So guys, let's have a look at the previous altcoin season, right? So obviously that was our top, right? Then descending trend line. Then we had the first chance, and obviously people that, you know, missed that chance, they had the second chance, right? And nevertheless, after that second chance, we saw a huge parabola for alts. And by the way, there is a total crypto market cap that is excluding Bitcoin on a weekly chart. And now guys, let's have a look at this current cycle. So we've got the first chance, right? Then the first pump, the pullback, which is obviously the second chance, depending on how you want to treat this current, well, recent pullback. And after that, I believe the pattern is going to repeat and we are going to see fireworks in our portfolios. And now shout out to Mickey Bull Crypto. Bearish divergence and the cross have just happened on the Bitcoin dominance. This indicates that alt's huge run is underway. So guys, that is a 2 weekly chart and this candle is pretty much red. So Bitcoin's dominance is actually going downwards, right? And also we have experienced that bullish divergence on TSI. So that could potentially indicate that we are approaching the altcoin season. And now guys, let's actually have a quick look at weekly time frame for total market cap that is excluding top 10. So obviously this is one of the best macro charts to kind of, you know, look what's going on with Pepe and Pepe's friends, which is in this case Brett. So guys, I was mentioning on cap and handle, and that pattern looks like it's playing out for now. But first of all, we do have to actually see if we are going to break through that level of resistance, and also on the top of that, you know, that level of resistance, right? And not mentioning about all-time highs. Nevertheless, guys, as you can see, we still do have that new uncharted territory that haven't been pretty much discovered yet. And on the top of that, weekly RSI, stochastic RSI, is still at the same position, guys. So that move is being built up and it takes time, all right? But I do think that this is going to be a huge move. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching that quick Pepe and Brett update. I hope that you have guys enjoyed it, and I wish you have a great day or evening. Peace and love, crypto.